Well, I am so excited to be joined here. Primetime Local News tonight, headlining show at the Grandstand. Toque is with me. Thank you guys so much for joining me today.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Well, we want to introduce you guys and talk a little bit about what you guys you've been playing with and what you've been doing. So Shane, Todd, Brent, Corey. Let's start with you, Shane. Okay. What have you been up to lately?
Actually, well, since we've been doing a bunch of writing and stuff as Toque, but myself, I've been basically in my studio recording a lot of drum tracks and getting into YouTube videos.
Well, and you were with Bees, a big band in Japan for a long time.
Yeah, I played in a band called Bees for like 17 years, and still doing some recording for them.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Todd, we'll next with you. Slash and Brent there. Slash, Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators.
That's right. Yeah.
How exciting is that?
It's great. We put out a record earlier this year. We did a quick little run to support that. So we've been with Slash for like 12 years. I was in the Age of Electric. Brent has played with everybody from Vince Neil and Alice Cooper and Street Heart and everything in between. So we have, a learned history for sure.
All right, and Brent, maybe.
But more importantly, the headliner, Corey Churko.
Well, yeah, we'll go to Corey then.
Okay.
Here. So let's talk about you're playing with Shania.
That's right.
Doing a residency, some Kelly Clarkson. Tell me a little bit about how all that's going.
Well, it's going great. We are doing our last little leg in August with Shania. Right now we're on hiatus. And the next leg will be end of August anyway, into September. And then who knows what's going to happen. Maybe there might be an extension or something. And in the meantime, we're doing Toque. We're writing new music. And we're touring around. And we're happy to be in Lloydminster.
All right. Well, Brent, let's go to you and we'll talk about Toque shows. What can people expect when they come to the show tonight, the Toque show?
I always say it's really not our band. We put the band together because we're all, best friends from the prairies. We all live in the States. It's sort of like the story. Mm-hmm. But the soundtrack, the set list we play is kind of like all the music we grew up on. And it's all the music that we loved that kind of helped create our careers playing with these big artists. And then it's everybody else's music. So it's all classic rock, from a certain era that we loved. But that's it. The set list sort of sells itself. All great hit songs from great Canadian bands, and that really is why we do it. Because and a lot of these songs, to us here in Canada, we know them like "Go for Soda," Kim Mitchell. That's a staple of any radio and concert and that. But maybe down in the States, not so much, or maybe in other parts of the country. So we're sort of waving the Canadian flag. There's nobody more Canadian than someone that doesn't live in Canada. You know what I mean? Two Las Vegans, two guys from
Canada,
LA.
but not living in Canada.
Yeah.
Innisfail, Alberta. Say Lanigan, Saskatchewan. Is that fair? Winnipeg.
Moose Jaw.
There you go. Representing the prairies.
Well, now you guys are used to playing in front of large crowds. Tonight, obviously going to be a little bit smaller than what you're used to. Is it cool because it's more intimate? Or what's the difference between the big stadiums and then when you have to come down and make it a little smaller like it is tonight?
People always ask that. It's funny because to me, it's like, I always feel like it doesn't matter how big the crowd is. It's sort of like, those people need to be entertained. And that's what our job is. So, you might be surprised how rowdy, a smaller crowd can get. Because it depends on, sometimes that smaller, sweaty club can be as enjoyable as a massive Coliseum, you know what I'm saying?
I think the love you get back from
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So
You're less removed from the big stadium crowd. Sometimes they're so far away. It's like hard to engage. But
yeah, it's great to be kind of in each other's faces that way. Well, we'll see. As long as we're not breathing on each other.
Because even in a big stadium, like everybody out there, like wallpaper, they're so far away. But the first 10 rows are no different from the first 10 rows in any gig. So
exactly. Yeah. So it's kind of like when you're playing that sort of. You can't even see the people at the back of the festival you're playing. It's nice to be able to see all the eyes and see all the people singing along.
So why do you guys do the Toque side thing? You're busy enough in your regular lives. Why is it that you choose to come and play in, small town Saskatchewan? I know you guys were at the Elks game and did the halftime show. Why is it still cool to do this and not just say, well, we're done with our small towns and, we're going to hang with the big cats for a while?
I think it's actually the most fun in a lot of ways is the fact that we do end up in places like Lloydminster and Tabor and, we're doing Saskatchewan coming up pretty soon. So to me, it's a lot of returning to where we came from. And the music is very much where we came from. So to me, it's sort of, it's a celebration of our youth and Yeah, maybe we're clinging to our youth. That's what it is.
We were driving down Main Street on the way back to the hotel after sound check. We're like, hey, it was the Capri. Where was that?
Yeah,
it was
trying
here.
to figure out where the gig was
And it
back in the
brings
day.
us back to when we were here as
Right.
basically kids playing.
Yeah.
Lots of great memories.
It's kind of the same stuff now. We're still having fun doing it. you know,
Totally.
Come on.
Well, thank you guys for joining me today.
Thank
Again,
you.
Toque show tonight, 9 o'clock at the grandstand. Everybody go out for the best time of the whole Lloyd Ex fair. Thank you guys again so much.
Thank you.